Guys, will you shut up for a minute? We gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas tonight.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Hey everybody, welcome back to all the subscribers, and if you're new, thanks for stopping by. Anyway, with that in mind, I want to go ahead and recap what happened on the last video. If you recall watching, if you haven't watched it, I'll go ahead and put a link right there. It's really interesting. Right about the 3-minute mark is where I really started running into some trouble. And excuse me again, I think my cold is getting worse. But hey, you know what? You got to trudge on. No big deal. Life happens. Anyway, check it out at the 3-minute mark. That's when it started to go downhill. And I actually lost out on that high tier. Okay. And at that point, I had to evaluate my bankroll. Now, what I'm doing here is I want to consider my past race to 1,000 as being a half a day or maybe maybe 6 hours to make that $1,000. So that was one day on a trip. So I'm considering all of these series as being an example of a vacation trip. Okay, and that's going to be a better way on how you can gauge it, and according to all of the ones I'm going to do in the future, to give you an idea of how it's going to succeed in a brick and mortar. Okay, now having said that, it had dropped me down to $1,027. Okay, now at that point, I still had the other $2,000 from the previous quote-unquote days playing. Okay, and as a result, that brought me to, of course, $2,027. At that top tier, it was $400 across, which was $1,600. Okay, that would have left me, if I have bet it, at $427. Now, gambling is all about taking risks. It's about just going for it. Again, it's entertainment. Okay, when I travel, okay, I go with about roughly 2,000, maybe 24, depending on where it is, okay, for my gambling money. And with that in mind, I therefore break it down into 3 different session bankrolls. Okay, so that's how I tell everybody about money management, teach them about money management, is you always want to have a backup plan. And generally speaking, I've never ever in my years dipped into that 3rd session bankroll of whatever it was at the time or what I was playing. Okay, and the reason why is on that 2nd bankroll, my whole objection, and it would be very easy to accomplish with this strategy of the Eureka Strategy, is to recover only that 1st bankroll. Okay, if for whatever reason, and based on what it's doing, it's going to extend past that, which could bring me to paying for the whole trip. Now, obviously, my objective when I travel is to go ahead and to pay for that trip's vacation, airfare, hotel, lodging, food, okay? And it's important for me to achieve that. If I don't, that's okay. I still had a great time. It was an awesome vacation. I got a few good butt puckers along the way and a few screams and yells of, total relief, or perhaps nearly peeing my pants. But hey, that's kind of fun. I'm not addicted to it, but it's enjoyable. Anyway, so that's where the 2nd session bankroll comes in. Now remember, I brought it up to that amount with $525. Okay, that's the amount I had at risk. Again, I had 3 sessions of that. I've never ever in my years, based on all the testing and tweaking, ever dipped into that 3rd bankroll. So therefore, it only comes down to, I think in this case it's going to be, 1,000. We'll call it $1,100. Okay. So, but I travel with 2. just in case, whatever reason. Anyway, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a peek down here and see where we are at. And right now we're at 11,579. Sorry, I'm really tired. So therefore, it's $1,579. Okay. So therefore, it was really exciting recouping that, and that would give you an idea basically on how I worked my third tier betting. We've been playing the second tier the whole way. Now that was an introduction into the third tier, and that's where I would normally start playing right around, I think in this situation I'm going to want to aim for 30, we'll call it 3,000. The reason why is I want to go ahead and pay for my whole trip. Again, I want to pay for all my food. I want to keep that, all of my whole entire traveling bankroll in my pocket. Okay? That's my objective with every trip that I take. Now, having said that, if I forgot something, then I forgot something. But I want to carry on with this video. I want to bring it up, of course, a few more bucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay at the same level, reduce my risk, slowly take it. The turtle wins the race. And, you know, consideration in 2 more hours of brick and mortar time, I would be at the goal for me to go ahead and step it up. I would lock up all of my money that I have for the trip, my original bankroll, put it in my safe, leave it in the hotel room, and only leave with the money I'm going to need for that higher tier. Generally, a trip runs me for all my expenses. Depends on where I stay. But I like keeping it about $600, $700. And that includes airfare and hotels and, you know, food. So that's my goal. I might be wrong on those numbers. I'm going to have to go through it again. Of course, this is all off the top of my head. And I'm already 7 minutes into this. So what I'm going to do is just play a little bit more. I wanted to give you a good explanation on that previous video and how it worked out, a little bit of my money management. And we'll take it from there. But anyway, with that in mind, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, I'm going to establish the point. I don't have to, but in my mind, I'm pretty cool with that. Technically, I don't have to, because, of course, you never know when that 7's going to come up, which is understandable. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and rip and roar. We've got the Red Bulls hanging out. It's 4 of them, all in a row, tackling the world. And bam, let's bring on the green machine, huh? I'm going to slap these 4 machines up here and let it rip for 1. Bam. I'm going to go ahead and establish the point to clear it out. Okay. And then I'm going to roll up. Oh, it's already there. So I'm going to drop down to the Red Bulls. My nickels. And let's keep rolling it out. Build it up, build it up, build it up. Build it up, build it up. Build it up, build it up. Bring the quarters back. My little machines all in a row. Bro. Alright. There it is. Now, let's bring on the Black Widows. Alright. My Black Widows. Maybe I'll think of a different name. That sounds kind of negative, but hey, they can either bite you or you can end up killing it. I like that. I'll call them Black Widows. Okay, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and revert back down. And good. We're running into another series of 7s. I'm going to say good because, hey, you know what? I need to further explore these long or continuous 7s that are happening right now. All right, let's bring on the Black Widows. Boom. Cleared out. I'm going to drop it down to my 1s again. Let me read a notification. Hang on. Okay. Carry on. Okay, I'm going to do one more set and I'm going to call this good. I'm at my 10-minute mark. And again, this was just an explanation of the previous video, a little introduction to the Tier 3 and how I incorporated into that the 4 or 2 to kind of minimize that risk. And there we have it. Made a couple bucks on that. Anyway, I'm going to bring this to a close. And from that, we'll take it from here. My goal is to make it to 2,000, to bring my bankroll up to a total of 3,000. And from there, I'm going to adjust it for the Tier 3 and take it from there. All right, guys, take it easy and have a good one. I'm going to get some sleep. All right, guys, peace.